Hello traders, welcome to another weekly overview from PAFX. It's Pierre here again. Welcome Marcus. Hello Mr. Chris. Salman, welcome. Hi Antonio. Well, that's nice that you guys like the music, so better than me talking maybe. Hi Neil. I think we can get started already today because I see that we almost about 26 viewers, so yeah, welcome everybody. I maybe miss any of you, but welcome to all of you. And as usual guys, we will get started by the disclaimer. Please read that disclaimer and be sure that there is lots of risk involved in trading. This session is only how I read the market, and it should not considered as a signal in any way. So please pause the video and read the whole disclaimer, and yeah, do your own due diligence. So thanks a lot for all of you that joined my Telegram channel. We are almost at that target. We were targeting at first goal 1000, and we are getting closer and closer to that. So yeah, thank you very much for joining. Thank you all of you that sharing the Telegram channel, and if you not joined yet, the link is in the description below the video, so just click that link and you will join the channel. Yeah, so let's get started with today's market overview, and as usual we will start with the Dixie, and then we will do oil, gold, and a little bit of the SP 500, especially this week, because we've been seeing a lots of money flying the stock market to safe havens. Yeah. So guys, Dixie on the weekly, as you see, we still in a very bearish trend. We stuck at this level that I mentioned it for many times now, and it looks like we have that summer trading sideways scenario that usually used to happen during August months. And as you see guys, the range is not big at all. The Dixie didn't move a lot. We've been doing sideways, and I think there is some more sideways movement on the dollar probably to the end of this month. That's what I'm thinking. Short term, you see that we did test this important level around the 94 and then got rejected. Looking at the candles, you see all the wicks comes from the upper side, which shows there is a lots of bearish pressures still from those levels here. The close are almost always near the bottom, so there is some still lots of bearish sentiment in this, even though we have some good signals for the bulls, that we have a higher low here and a bit of higher high, but still no clear signals that we may reverse this thing yet. For me to start thinking bullish, we need to see at least a break of this level here, so we may get a deeper correction or something like that. As for now, I still not see that coming yet. So the only bullish thing we have, that we have a higher low here and probably a little bit of higher high, but we never got a close above these highs here, which make it more week move to the upside for me, and Friday close was a bearish engulfing once again. So I think we may still see some weakness on the dollar short term, and this may look like a bearish flag here, and probably another retest of the lows. Yeah, so let's see what next week have to us. I'm gonna show you the gold and the XP 500 and the relation between everything that's going on right now. As I told you last week and the week before, guys, the market is there is a lots of fear, and the investors not sure about what's going on, especially with the North Korean situation we have. So there is a lots of headlines, and I told you guys, be very careful trading this market conditions, yeah, because when the money is scared, things used to move very fast toward better markets, yeah. So let's take a look at the gold. I think we have some trouble with the internet today, because the weather outside is going crazy and a heavy rain, and usually when that happen I used to have internet issues, and it looks like we do have those issues at the moment. So please, can you confirm that the voice and the picture is still okay, guys? Okay, I think we're good to go now, yeah? Can you please confirm? Can any of you confirm in the chat about if we have any connection issues? Yeah, it's lagging, yeah. Let me check one thing. This is going... I'll give it 30 seconds and we will get started. I think we're back. I have a green light here. Yeah, I can see that now. I have a green light here. Let me just fix one thing, and we will keep going. One moment, guys, sorry. Yeah. Oh, well, it is recording, guys, so if it lags or so, you can still see the recording. I will upload a better version if we keep have those internet issues. But I see a green light now, and that the connection is good, so I will keep going. We will talk about gold, and as I said, guys, the sentiment of the market, there's a lots of fear, and that's why we saw the gold doing very, very well the last month or so. And if we look at the weekly here, we see that last week we ended with this hammer, or a kind of indecision week, but it did end above the midpoint of the week, and I can still see this as a this move to the downside as a correction and possible continuation. Now on Friday we had a very strong rejection to the downside, but still we are in a clear uptrend, and this rejection need much more confirmation if you want to start shorting gold for a longer term. So don't rush just because we have a pin bar to the downside. As I said, there is a big possibility that this could be a last try for the bears to push the price lower, and you need a confirmation, you need a close below 1274 area, below this level here, and a break of this structure to start shorting gold for more. As for now, the structure is still bullish, and yes, we have 1 day rejection, and that should not be your only reason to start shorting gold. So be careful at these levels. It is a very tricky level. I think everyone, every investor, every trader can see this clear area here and the opportunity to short. But when a level is clear like this one, it used to have a lots of stop loss hunt, as you saw here last Friday. And those of you who follow me on my channel, I told you before New York opened that we may see a spike, and we did actually get that spike. So be careful on gold. It's still a bullish market until we break this trend line and this structure here. If we go down to the 4 hour, even on the 4 hour, we're still making higher highs and higher lows. This close was not below this low here, yeah. So we may see this come back down, test this area, and start going higher, yeah. So wait for the break of that trend line for a clear retest and rejections once again before shorting. Otherwise you want to see, you want maybe to try to take a long if gold retests this neckline here and show you bullish evidence. Then you maybe want to go for another retest higher. Those of you who shorted gold from this level, it was a good call. So yeah, I'm happy for you. But I don't think that we may keep going on short on gold long term until we have much better and clearer evidence. If we look at the SP 500, let me go to the weekly guy and show you what's going on here. This ascending wedge now is broken. We are on the weekly chart. We have 2 bearish weeks now, this bearish engulfing candle, and the last week was another rejection. It was a retest and rejected back down, and we did have a close below last week. So there is some clear signs that the money is in a bit of a run from the stock markets to other places as gold and maybe Jappy and another safe havens, yeah. So next week this may make a test of this structure low here, and these area here should be defended ones. And looking at this, the whole situation where we have the Dixie, the gold, and what's going on in the stock market, that's why I'm telling you that there is a possibility that gold keep going higher. Because if there is a real run from the stock market and investors start buying gold instead, we may see a break above that level. Because if we go back to the gold, you can see that we have one more level, this level here, that could be reached and tested. And probably at that same level, the SP 500 should reach that support level that we have, talking about this area here. So yeah, that's why I'm thinking that there is a possibility that gold may keep going up, so be careful on the short side. Oil on the weekly, guys, we're still making higher highs and higher lows. Looking at weekly structure, this high is higher than this high, and this low is higher than these two lows. Friday was a very strong day for oil. We had a great bullish engulfing candle that took almost 4 days earlier, so it took back the whole week back up. It made a morning star formation here. Looking at this star, this bearish candle and this bullish engulfing candle give you a morning star, so there is a possibility that oil did really find support at this level and may continue higher. This structure here where the oil did find support was a monthly pivot. I think it was the S1 at this level, which make this reaction and rejection back up. Yeah, so I think you can try to buy any bullish flag on oil to a retest of these highs up here once again. Yeah, at this level here. Yeah, it was a clear strong rejection from this area here. We did break this high now, and there is a possible continuation. Looking at it on the weekly level, you can see it more clear that this move maybe was only a correction to the downside, and we may see another weekly leg higher. Yeah, so let's start with Forex, and Aussie Jappy is the first on the list. Well, you've been following me, and we've been talking about how important this level is, and we're still seeing that the rejection keep going on from this area down here. Yeah, sorry, from this area up here. So looking at it on the weekly, we see that we actually did break and close above this one, but then we got rejected, and we kept rejected back down to the 85.6 area. If we go down to the daily, you see also that this double top is now broken. The structure, this neckline, was retested. Thursday we got a huge rejection, bearish engulfing candle, and another correction higher and back down. So this looks like we may see a possible continuation down to the downside. On this one we have a possible head and shoulders scenario also here. Looking at it like this, it could looks like head and shoulders. For more to be more sure to the downside, of course we need to break this neckline here around the 85.5 area down here, and the first trouble area gonna be at this neckline here around the 84 area. Yeah, that should be the first trouble area, and if that broken, of course we could start talking about reaching even lower on Aussie Jappy. Aussie USD, let me clean the chart a little bit, or we go to the 4 hour, possibly better. Let me take off this, and yeah, we were talking about this level in my room with my students, that we may have a bounce from this structure, and we did actually have this bounce at that level. You see this hammer in this area, and the continuation. We never broke a new high, but we do have a higher low here at this level now. And if we look at it on the daily, you see this day here, the Wednesday move was great from the trend line, from the support level, and we got daily close above almost yeah, five days. Yeah, so this candle did a great move to the upside, correction down, and Friday was another bullish day. So I think we may keep seeing the Aussie USD for going up for at least a retest of these highs up here. On the 4-hour, we may see another retest of this area, and that would be great if we got such correction down to give us another opportunity to take another long. I did close my long last Friday on this candle here, so I would gladly see a little bit of correction down before another move higher on this pair. Yeah. CAD Chief weekly structure, you see that we did actually close, break and close above these highs here, but the price was not accepted for a long time, so we got a couple weeks to the downside, and now we ended in a bullish inside bar at this level here on the weekly. Yeah, so looking at it on the weekly, this leg is still a bullish leg. We never broke and closed below this low here, so there is a possibility that this was a correction down, and there is a possibility that we may see a continuation higher. Let's go down to the daily. We were looking in the room that there is a possibility that we have a head and shoulders scenario here, but then last Friday we got a bullish engulfing candle at this level, which make me start to think that this head and shoulders and the break of the neckline to the downside is a little bit hard to look at now, because with this day here we can't say that the bulls are weak. The bulls did show lots of strengths with this candle. Looking at oil also, if oil continue higher, so CAD gonna be much stronger next week in that case, which make me start to think that this may do at least a retest of these highs back up here, yeah, for next week, or maybe even higher, depends on how strong CAD gonna be against USD and stuff like that. Yeah, so yeah, that head and shoulders idea is a little bit on the sideline now, and I'm waiting to see if there is a confirmation and continuation after that Friday bullishness. CAD Jappy, it's a clear structure that we are heading to the downside now, looking at this very strong move to the downside. We did a retest of this broken structure here and got rejected very strongly on Thursday, and Friday was another try to the upside, but it didn't end well. The bears did push back the price near the 50% of the day. Looking at the 4-hour, you see that we had this nice bearish flag that got broken, and we had another move to the upside, but we never broke above this high. Yeah, so on this one I will be watching this area back up here. If this pair do another retest and got rejected, I will try to short it from this level, or if we got a break of this level here, then we may want to see something like this. Let's say that we see a break of this level here, then of course we want to look for a retest of that structure, retest of broken structure. If it shows some rejection to the downside, then we may jump in for another move to the downside. Keep in mind that at this level here we have the monthly pivot S2, And here we have the monthly pivot S1. So if this goes and close below the S1, that could give us more confidence that we may see a retest of the S2 area down here on this pair. 4 hour wise, we have a higher low now, so that's why we want to see this low broken to be more sure. Yeah. Euro Aussie, there was a try to push this one down below the monthly pivot point, but it got rejected very strongly. We never closed below these lows here, so it looks like the bulls were well prepared at this level here, and did push the price all the way back up. This show that the bulls are have some strengths at this area, but the Friday was not there was no continuation to make us more sure. But if the bears, all they have was this move, that should be not a good signals for them, because if that's all what they could do, then there is a possibility that Euro Aussie may keep heading higher from the retest of this structure at the monthly pivot here. We now have a higher low. We did broke a higher high on the 4 hour, and there is a possibility that we may test higher for at least the neckline down here, or the extreme high at this level. Yeah. So on a lower time frame as the 4 hour, if we get a break of this structure here, we gonna almost for sure retest these highs up here. Yeah. To be more bearish on this one, you want to see a break of the monthly pivot point, retest, and then we're gonna probably keep heading down. As for now, as I showed you on the daily, guys, they never make a close below these lows here. Yeah, so this structure was violated but never broken, because I want to see a close below the last low to call it a breakout. EuroCAD, let's look at that one also on the weekly to have a little bit of bigger picture what's going on. So if we look at it like this on the weekly, and let's extend this trend line here a little bit, you see that we have a higher low, higher high, another higher low, and now we had one lower high that could be only a retest, sorry, a correction and continuation. So it is a bit tricky on this pair. Depends once again how strong the euro gonna be against the USD dollar, and how strong or weak the CAD gonna be also against the USD dollar, to have a good understanding of what's going on here. Had this candle here last Friday close above this hammer, that would be a good signal that we may continue higher. So we are a little bit of uncertainty here at this level, so we need some more confirmation. The levels to look at, if next week we do a retest of this structure here, that would be a very good level to look at to see if there is a bullish rejection from this area back up. That would give you a nice try to long back up to the top of this channel. Yeah. Or if we're gonna see a retest of this structure here and you get bearish evidence, then you may try to short it from this level. Nothing else for now. We are in the middle of this range here. I wouldn't recommend any entry at this area here. As you see, we have possible double bottom scenario on the 4 hour. We have some bullish divergence on the RSI, so the possibility for next week that we may retest this neckline up here. Yeah, this area here that gonna be the first trouble area for this pair, and it may give you possible shorting opportunity from up here. So keep an eye at this level and down here at this level where we have the neckline. Everything in between gonna be a chop and waste of money and time. Euro sterling, keep grinding up with lots of wicks and lots of chops. If you are new to trading, I am sure that you had a lots of trouble trading this thing, so be careful. We are in the very important level here, very strong move from this level in the past, but so far we keep seeing this pair crawling up higher in a very choppy way, but it keep grinding higher and higher. Yeah, so we are also at the monthly R2, which is extreme level, and when the price reach areas like this between monthly R1 and R2, things start to be a little bit choppy, and the fight start for real between bears and bulls. Of course, we want to look for shorting opportunities from this level, but looking at the sterling right now, the things don't look very good for the sterling yet. So really, if you want to short this, you want to see at least a break of the monthly R1, retest, rejection, and probably back down to the monthly pivot point. That's it. Nothing else from here until that happens. We still have this extreme here at the wick here that may we never know if the market gonna test this area or not. So yeah, be very careful on this one, and do not take any weak signal to short this. You want to see clear signals before that happens. Euro Jappy, someone was asking about it, and here it is. Thank you, the mastermind. Euro Jappy, guys, we're still in this damn box here. Yeah, and if you like trade range like this, then you should make some money on it, because the move was I would say smooth move and easy to trade. As you see here, we kept trading you just trade the edge of the boxes, and it did give some good moves in the past. So if we look at it on the daily, guys, you see that this area is very, very strong and defended down here. You see the rejections on Friday. It was a clear rejection, but still, if Jappy keep going as strong as it was Thursday and Wednesday, I think we may see a break of this level down here. Yeah, because looking at it like this, the bulls were never able to make a higher high than this one. It could be looking at as a retest of this neckline. Yeah, if we take a Fibonacci retracement from this move here, you see that the 61.8 was a good level to correct to, and then back down. So for next week, what we want to look at is let me just delete this. This is not a pivot. We're still below the monthly S1, and we have had a move back up. But if you see a break of this level here, down here, this level here is a 128 area. If that got broken and closed below by a 4-hour candle, then I think we are good to go for more down. Because if we look at the 4-hour, you see that we did actually break this low down here, we have the retest of the monthly S1 and some rejection, or could be only trader closing position ahead of the weekend. Yeah, so for next week I am looking to see if the price gonna do a retest of this area here. If we get a break of this structure down here, then we may see some more to the downside on this one. Okay, for you who want to go long from this level here, of course you can start looking, if the price reaches this area, for a clear rejection and another close above the last candle that is your rejection candle. You want to see a close above that, and if you got that, then you could have a target somewhere around this neckline. Yeah, for me, I will be looking more for shorting opportunity, just by looking that we never could make a higher high than this one, and that we on lower time frame, the 4 hour, we did actually break this structure. Yeah, so I am a little bit more bearish on this pair, but that's me. Yeah, Euro USD, stay out of this thing. I would say, but yeah, as you see guys, it was a very boring months on this one. Very little range and sideways market. Let's see, we have the range is 250 pips range. That's nothing for a pair like this. And as I said before, I say it one more time, this level is very defended for now, just above the monthly pivot point. We're still hovering around this area. So the 1.1691 here is still very defended, and there is on the daily you can see that we still in a bullish market. We have a lower high this time. We still have all the rejections are coming from the downside, so we want, if this to really go down, we want to see a break of this level here. We want to see a break also of the trend line, retest and rejection. Then we maybe can see a retest of the monthly S1 or lower. Until that happen, you should keep buying this level down here until you get a break. So next week, if we got another retest here and you see that you got another rejection, then you should try to buy this level. As far as it's not broken, keep buying from this level, selling the highs here or even higher if you get a breakout. Nothing else. I personally, I'm avoiding trading Euro USD as for now, because as you see, the range getting smaller and smaller, and yeah, we may see a breakout soon, because when this happen, when the price contract like this, it's gonna expand, but I'm not sure if it's ready for that. We don't forget we are in August, and usually the market goes much slower when it's holiday times and vacations times. Yeah, so we may see some more sideways on Euro USD. Sterling Aussie, I still think that we're gonna complete this A B C D leg here, somewhere here. This move gonna end, and then when we reach this level, I will start looking for a possible bounce to the upside. As for now, we should keep trying to short this. Happy pips for all of you that took this trade on Friday. I did actually publish this idea on Telegram, and I know that many of you took it, because I'm getting some messages thanking me for the trade idea. I'm happy for you guys. So we have this move back up here, and it was possible correction to the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement, and there was my kill zone, and it did work very well, and we got rejected back down. Right now where the price is, we see that we did find some support, and we have some bullish divergence on the RSI, so there is a possibility that we may see a little bit of a bounce next week back up here. If that happens, I will be looking once again to try to short from this area here and hopefully ride it all the way down, or if we break below this structure, then we should be looking for bearish flags on the 1 hour 50 minute and try to sell our way down here. Looking on the Friday, last Friday, you see that this candle was a clear bearish engulfing candle that did engulf the whole Thursday candle. So as I said, I still think that we may complete this pattern back down here, and on the 4 hour that will also give us another AB equal CD back down at that same level. Yeah, so both on the lower time frame and the daily, if this leg also end here, there will probably be a good bounce to the upside from this structure down here. Sterling CAD, we need to go to the weekly on this one to see what's going on. As you see, guys, very bearish on the weekly. We had some correction higher, got rejected back below the monthly pivot point here, and last week, let's make this a little bit bigger, we had actually a close below this low and a close below this structure low here, which make me start thinking that we may actually test the monthly S2 on this pair. Yeah, but we can't be sure yet, because we are sitting exactly at the monthly S1 that may that used to be a strong pivot point to look at. So where the price is right now is the area we should be looking at from the opening on later tonight, and see what will going on. If we're gonna see rejection back, maybe a retest back up here and back down to find some sellers a little bit higher level, or if we're gonna get the break, retest, and back down to the monthly S2. Yeah, those are the opportunity I will be looking at. All in all, shorting opportunity is what I'm looking at. If we go down to the 4 hour, you see it clearly, guys. We broke this important structure here. We broke another lower low below this one. We keep making lower lows and lower highs, so that's what made me start thinking that we may test even lower on this one. Yeah, so where the price is now is very important area that you watch and try to catch your trade. Thank you, Cast Coolin. I will keep it up. I'm not sure if I am a legend or not, but thank you very much for the kind words. The beast, Sterling Jappy. And weekly view on this one too, guys. Yeah, I think we are clear what's going on here. We never were able to make new highs above this structure. Very bearish so far on the weekly. We are near the monthly S3, which is extreme level on the monthly pivot point. So what's happened Friday was a test of the monthly S3 and rejection, but still looking at structure, we keep making lower highs and lower lows. I was talking about this break and this rejection in our trading room, and sending updates about these 2 days shooting star formations, and after the break of the trend line, a flag break of trend line here, flag, continuation down. Yeah, so structure wise it is still looking bearish this leg here, but don't forget that we are at a very important level. I still may see that we may keep going to retest this low here. I wouldn't be in shock if that happens, just looking at how the whole situation with gold and yen pairs going. That could be possible. Looking at how sterling against all the pair is very weak, that may also give it another push to retest these lows down here. Yeah, so very important to look at this structure here next week. We may keep doing this also between the pivot. Yeah, that is possible. Yeah, but for me, if this pair come back up here and do a retest, I will try to find a shorting opportunity from the monthly S2 somewhere in this area here for another bounce to the downside. So I will only try to trade the short side on this one until it show me something really different than what we have as for now. Yeah. Sterling New Zealand, same situation, still looking bearish. We did break below this trading box now. Last week we had some troubles around the monthly pivot. It was a clear rejection here, yeah, but still it is a bearish engulfing day here. The bulls didn't do a lot against this major candle to the downside. The response from the bull was this little candle, and then the bears tried to push it back down and get rejected higher at the end on Friday. So even short-term time frame, lower time frame, you see this structure here is clearly broken, and we keep making lower lows and lower highs. This last close here could be closing position from the start of the week. The swing traders used to close the position Fridays and could give this a bounce to the upside. Yeah, so for next week, guys, the level to look at gonna be the monthly pivot point area again. If you got some rejection at this level, that would give you a good risk to reward scenario to try to keep shorting this one to possibly reach back down to this bottom here. Yeah, and it is easy to see. If I crunch the chart to you, you have this upper range. If the price go back inside the upper range, then you will keep trading the edge of the box. And then we have this lower range here. If the price hold below this one here, you're gonna be trading the edge of this box, yeah, until it reaches the bottom. That is what I will be looking at personally. Yeah, so it make it a little bit easy when you have such a clear ranging area. So sterling USD, I was thinking last week that this level may hold, and we probably could see another bounce to the upside since the dollar was not so strong. But both of them are weak right now, and the sterling is the weaker one. We got a break of this structure. We broke below this daily low here, which make this move to the upside now really broken and violated, and we have a down trend. So what I'm thinking that we may see possible at least a retest of this level, or probably even lower. Yeah, the plan gonna be that we go to lower time frame and see if we're gonna get another retest of this broken structure here, or probably higher, to try to short it. If that not happen, let's say that sterling keep getting very weak, then you may want to trade the bears flags that show up as this one here at the break of the flag and you trade it to first trouble area, and then your second trouble area gonna be somewhere around the monthly S2. Yeah, so yeah, my view on this is still now is to the downside. New Zealand CAD, let me take you to the weekly on this one too, because it is a very important level we are at. We are at the monthly S1, and looking at it on the weekly, you see that we did actually close below this weekly low. The last line of defense is, of course, this pin bar here. I think that is the last line of defense before this pair keep heading lower. Yeah. So where the price is right now is the area we're gonna be looking at for next week. If we go down to the daily, you see it very clear that the bears are totally in control in this market. So a break of this last line of defense close below that, this may send this pair much deeper to the downside. So that's what make this area very, very important. I did actually say to my student that we could take a long from this one, a blind long, and summed it and got stopped out because I was thinking this level gonna hold. But looking at the CAD right now, it looks gonna be strong, especially if oil keep getting heading higher. So even on the 4 hour, we still now having keep breaking new lows. Yeah, so very important area to look at. If this thing to go higher, it need really to show good momentum to the upside, start breaking new highs, to possibly start thinking that we may have a good bounce. But once again, we still have this very important structure here that need to get broken on daily to change this trend to the upside. So I am more bearish on this one, and I am looking with a lot of interest to see if we're gonna break this last line of defense for a possible more to the downside on this pair. New Zealand Jappy, same scenario here. We broke below the S2, retested and got rejected back down. Friday was another try to go higher. It didn't work well, another rejection. So it looks like we may do a retest of this structure down here once again. Let's not forget this pair is at soon at the monthly S3, which is extreme low on monthly levels. So keep an eye on this structure here. Yeah, that's gonna be a very, very important structure that may give you another bounce to the upside from this level. Yeah, if we do have a retest of this structure next week, that may give us another opportunity to trade this range back down to the bottom once again. So yeah, still bearish market, and you see the structure here is acting as very, very good resistance. So if you get another retest of this structure here, you can try to short it back down to this level here. Yeah, but we are at extreme level, and they're gonna be a lots of fights going on at this area here. New Zealand USD, well, this pair now is also on a tricky level. Yeah, we expected some bounce from this structure here. The bounce happened a little bit earlier. So, but we never got a break of this structure here. We never got a new high. So looking at it on the daily, you see that we still below this structure here, which been acting at good resistance in the past. For more up on this one, it need to break above this structure here for another push to the upside. If we go down to the 4 hour, you see that we may have a possible head and shoulders that I have here, but once again, we never broke this neckline. We never had a break and close above this neckline, which is the same area as I showed you on the daily. Yeah, so if this to go higher, you want to see a break of the neckline, retest and rejection back up. That would give you the best trade to the upside. Otherwise, if we break this low here on the 4 hour, we're gonna do another retest of these lows or this area. So this may give you some sideways market next week if that happens. Yeah. So be careful. You see it is choppy at this level. Try to trade the edges. This edge down here and this one here are very, very important. You can clearly see that if we got a daily break of this level, if we see a real break of this level on the daily, we probably gonna do a retest of the monthly S2, where we also have this neckline of this double bottom here. Yeah, so try to trade the edges until one side is broken for next week. There is much better opportunities out there. If you are new to trading, you can keep away from this one. USD CAD, my long-term scenario, guys, still that we gonna see a continuation of this leg to reach around this area here. The extension of this leg here now gonna be around the 1.27 Fibonacci extensions or the 1.41. This is my long-term look for this one. Looking at the weekly, you see we have the impulse correction, another impulse that may complete somewhere down here. Yeah, we are gonna probably have also, if that happens, some trouble on this long-term trend line, as you see here. Last week was a clear rejection from this area here, which give us a shooting star formation after the close of the week here. It looks like we had the correction is probably over now to the upside, and we may see the continuation down. On the daily, we are at the neckline here now, and that probably gonna give us some troubles. But if this low got broken, then we gonna keep heading down and probably continue that leg that I showed you earlier. Look at it on the daily. You see that Wednesday was a clear bearish engulfing, Thursday was a retest of the broken area here, and Friday was a bearish engulfing that did break Thursday's low. Yeah, so we can clearly say that this correction up is probably over. And those of you who follow me on Telegram, I did tell you guys somewhere in this area that I did ditch my long bias on this pair somewhere here. Yeah, and you have the chart. I sent you this chart why I did ditch that long bias, where I saw the daily hidden divergence. Looking at this high here and this high, let me show you that hidden divergence so you can be clear what's going on here. You see this high here is much higher than this one, but on the price this high is much higher than this high. So we have a lower high, but on the RSI we had a higher high. That's what make me and that started somewhere here last when I published that. And that's why I said I'm ditching my long bias and this correction is maybe over. So I'm gonna try to follow the long-term trend and keep shorting this. So if we get another bounce from this neckline back up here, and rejection at this level, I will try to short this in hope that we're gonna break this low here now next week and keep heading down. That is my plan for this one. Or if we go like this, we break the structure, make a flag, and a break of that flag, that could also be good opportunity for entry short. All in all, major trend continuation on this one. USD JAPY, what's going on here? What's going on here? As you know, guys, after this major move, we had to do some correction, and when the price reached this level and we got this gap up and traded higher, I was thinking that this move here was this correction. Why is not so? That this correction gonna end here and we're gonna get another leg to the upside. That didn't happen. We got this high, then traded down, and once more back up and got rejected down very strongly. So where is the bears in the bulls in this scenario? Why didn't we break new highs? That make you start thinking what's going on. Yeah, looking at this and see that the bears are in total controls the last 2 months, I think that we may see a break of this monthly S1 now. If that would happen next week or not, I don't know, but looking at it on the weekly, you see that total control of the bears. The bulls had 1 week of rejection, and that was a doji candle, and last week another try and got rejected all the way back down. Now you can start thinking, okay, last Friday we had a great trade from the monthly S1, short-term intraday trade. It was great trade. We have our rejections on daily. It was a hammer, but still, don't forget that this move to the upside from the bulls, they were never able to break this high here. We never broke this high, and that make you start thinking why that didn't happen. Yeah, so this area is strongly defended now, and we still see some defense here. One of two scenario: if this break below the 108 here, you see this is the last defense line here. Now if this got broken and closed below this one, this pair gonna keep heading down to these areas here. Yeah, or that you may see some sideways and keep trading this way until we break these highs or break below here. Those are the scenarios, but as for now, I will keep trying to short this when it reach back up to this level here. Yeah, because last week we had a great bounce on the 4 hour, and we did trade it, and I did publish it. It was great, but that was it. Yeah, it got rejected back down all the way to this area here. So short term, you may get another double bottom and another bounce to the upside. The range is clear now on the 4 hour. You have this range that you're gonna be probably trading. It is August, and there was probably some summer channel, so try to do this until you see one of the edges broken. Yeah, for me, I think the lower side that gonna break first, but what do I know? So I will try to trade from the upside down to see if we're gonna get this break. And once again, the 108 below down here, if that got broken, this is gonna give you a lots of continuation to the downside. That was a long story. And USD Norwegian krona, very, very, very interesting pair. Well, it's an exotic pair, but if you see the opportunities you have here, guys, it is a very, very good trade that you don't want to miss if this what I think gonna happen. Yeah, because look at the weekly, guys. You see that we now break below this yearly level here. It's a very important level that got broken on the weekly, got retested and rejected back down. So it looks like we had a break, retest, and a possible continuation. Yeah, to be more sure, you want to see a break of this low here and this pair. If that happened, that this got broken, gonna give you a very good opportunity to the downside. This pair is very, very correlated to oil, so if it moves almost the same as USD CAD, yeah, so if USD CAD keep heading down, also oil keep heading up, then you have a very good opportunity to take this trade long term and try to reach this level down here. We are looking at the weekly structure now, yeah, so that could give a very good opportunity if you open a small position and try to hold it for a long time. That could give you lots of pips. Yeah, could be also a bearish flag here on the daily if you look at it like this. Yep, that's all, guys. I think let me see. Yeah, that was the last pair. Thank you very much for being here today, guys. As usual, 5 minutes for questions or any other pairs you want me to look at. Let me see, 16 likes and I have more than 40 viewers in and out all the time. Oh man, guys, you are so not like this. Come on, hit the like button if you like it. And if you have any questions, please write them in the chat and let me know. Thank you, Dafar. Thank you. Don't forget to hit the like button. Yeah. And yeah, I will take some water, guys, and give it 1 minute. If there is no other questions, we will call it a day. You're welcome, John. You're welcome. Thank you, Dafar. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I see that some of you hit the like button anyway. Thank you for that. Can you look at Chief Jappy? Oh, that was a long time I didn't look at that pair. Let's take a look. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like almost the same of any other Jappy pairs. The weekly we had 3 weeks of small bodies, but this one is the controlling week here. Daily, what's make this a little bit hard that we had this higher high on the daily, yeah, but then we got a break of this neckline, break and structure of the structure, and back in this box. For more down, you want to see this structure broken now. Let me show you that. Down here, if this pair give you another bounce to the upside, this area could be the best place to try to short it from. Yeah. Otherwise, if we go down to the 4 hour, no, 4 hour there is not. I have nothing to trade here. I want to see one move to the upside. As I told you, let me make this a little bit better. another bounce up to these highs, or this structure would be a good level to trade it from. Yeah. Otherwise, even if it reaches this level and give you a bounce, that wouldn't be recommended to trade. If you want to keep shorting this, you want to see a break, retest, and that would give you another possibly another move lower. Looking at the daily, this move was a very strong move to the downside. We never was able to break back higher than this high here. Yeah, think bearish on this one, I think. New Zealand USD, I did that, buddy. Just scroll back or see the recording and you will find it. The mastermind, Sir Pierre, is there a way for us to know if the price will pierce through the rest of the support and resistance pivot? No, there is no way. We want to see a break and a close below that, probably a retest and rejection, then we can be sure. Well, the momentum is very hard to know when that will happen, but as you know, lots of those happens during the news if you are on the right side. Gritch asking, did I do Europe what? Joys? I'm not sure what you mean by Europe Joys. You mean Euro Jappies? I did that, yes. So you can just scroll back and you will see it. Yeah, I don't see any other questions. So Euro Jappy, yeah, we did that. You just scroll back and you can watch it. Let's wait and see, Mastermind. That's right. So thank you very much for being here, guys. See you out there in the Telegram, Facebook, and the Trading View. So bye bye, trade safe, and have a great week.